Good morning. Happy Sunday. Next week again, let me just double check to be sure. Yes, next week again, it'll be on a Sunday as well. And then the following week, it'll be Saturday. So first I'm going to start out with some questions to ask yourself before you make posts, and then we'll go into planning our content for the week. So when we're creating posts, I think it's important for us to sometimes pause before we hit the post button, because especially if you're not planning out all your content, sometimes you just I'm throwing something up and I hope that it sticks. But also, even if you are planning your content, it's good to just have a pulse check with yourself before you hit that post button, because obviously you want to make the best use of the work that you're putting in. So I'm going to give you some questions to ask before you post. 6 questions. So the first one: would I care personally about seeing this post? So when you're throwing up a post, I always think it's good to think, because sometimes we think, oh, I like this, but then we got to kind of remove ourselves from our own creation and step outside of it and say to ourselves, is this something that I would find value from personally? Is this something I would relate to? Is this something that's answering questions that I may have? So would I care about seeing this post? And also, just like looking at, is it aesthetically pleasing as well? So is this something that would catch my attention, that sort of thing? So that's the very first question I would ask myself. Is this something that I personally would care about seeing? Second, did I tell my audience how to interact with this specific post? So sometimes we need to guide our audience how to interact with us. So what are some ways that we can say that? One of them would be like if you can relate. Another one would be like, save this for later, save this for a time when you're feeling this way, save this for the next time you need a quick meal, save this for your next workout, like whatever your specific niche is, like save this for when. Or you can say, tag a friend who needs to hear this, share this if you found this valuable, like whatever specific call to action, some way that's teaching your audience how to interact with this specific post with you. I think that's important because, one, it can create more engagement. I've had it where I've put like, I do sometimes like, pray for the mother that blah, blah, blah. And then I say, like, tag your friend that needs to hear this, and that gets additional eyeballs onto your post as well. So it increases your engagement. Number 3, have I used other forms of content this week? Or am I just regurgitating the same type of content? Is it all just one singular picture? Is it all just carousels? Is it all just reels? Sometimes it's important for us to have different forms. All the time, it's important for us to have different forms of content because it reaches different types of people. Some people enjoy reading. Sometimes people just like to be entertained with reels. Sometimes people just need that pick me up from a quote, like whatever that might be. Making sure that you're diversifying the type of content that you're using, also because the platforms like when you use the multiple tools that they have to offer as well, and they will prioritize the things that you're doing if it shows that you're actively using the app in the way that they intended you to utilize the app. So that's number 3. Number 4, what problem is this solving for somebody? So are you addressing a problem? Because that is why we're here. That's why you have a business, is to be a solution for a problem that people have. But if you're not addressing a problem at all, like not even talking about it, you're kind of just like speaking to a wall, honestly. So if you're doing a business post, are you addressing a problem that people might have? If you're doing a product post, are you addressing a problem that people might have? If you're doing something that is niche related content, is it addressing a problem that people have? Is it saving them time, saving them money, giving them peace of mind? Usually those are, so funny story. I actually worked for Wells Fargo Bank for a long period of time. And one of the things that they talk about is like, these are the things that you want to address if you're trying to help people with their financial goals, but we can apply that to our business. Is it saving them? Are you addressing time, money, convenience, I would have to revisit all the benefits, convenience, peace of mind, that sort of thing. So like if it's touching on one of those things, you're solving a problem for people. So what problem does this solve? Number 5, do I have the time to actually engage with the reactions to this post? So if people are going to be commenting things, do you have a time to engage with them right now? Because if you're prioritizing a time of day that you have that ability to be able to engage with them, it's going to really help with the longevity of your post. But if you're just throwing something up and then you don't have time to engage with the people that are commenting, reacting, and doing stuff with your post, then you're going back in later. Like it might have already reached its peak, and you commenting is going to serve a purpose that you're actually engaging with your people. Yes, but it's not really going to serve a purpose in giving that post the opportunity to have as much exposure as possible. So do I have time to engage with this post? Number 6, and this is the last one that I have, is does it stand out from the crowd, or does it look like every single thing that everybody else does in this niche group, in this industry? Does it look like everything everybody does, or have I put my own personal spin on it? And does it attract the eye for people? So does this stand out from like all the other posts that you see people doing every single day? And I think this is especially true for like Instagram, because so many people are trying to do the same sort of thing. So how is your post going to stand out from everybody else's? Is it the colors that you use? Is it that you have a high quality video? Is it that it's going against what everyone else, not against what everyone else is, but it gives the ability to stand out in the sea of everything. So I'm going to go through those one more time, and then we'll go into planning our week. Questions to ask yourself before posting. 1, would I care about seeing a post like this? Number 2, did I tell my audience how to interact with this post? Number 3, have I used other forms of content this week? Number 4, what problem does this solve? Number 5, do I have enough time to engage with the reactions of this post? And number 6, does it stand out from the crowd? So those are just some questions to ask yourself before you're hitting the submit button, because sometimes I think we run out of time. So we think like, oh, I need to get something up sometimes. And then you might as well have not even posted because you haven't put any sort of thought into it. So let's go into planning our week this week. We are headed into the last 2 days of the month. I hate February because it's such a short month, but so Monday and Tuesday, we're going to figure out how to leverage the last 2 days of the month, and then the remainder of the week, how to start the next month off right. So Facebook, last day of the month deal. So this is for Monday. What promos do you have specifically? What promotions are maybe your upline's running for the last day of the month to close out strong? If you're not thriving for free yet, what are some things that you can do? One of them might be, here's an idea, like if your upline isn't doing any sort of promos, or maybe you don't have credits on hand to be able to leverage those to run a promotion for the last day. Something that I sometimes do is, because the 2nd is not that far away, it's 2 days later after the end of the month, is leveraging that. So maybe that's sending out a free product for the next person that purchases the 3 steps. Maybe that is, that's usually the one that I do. Or doing that for your team or something along those lines. So leveraging the credits that you'll be getting in a couple days. That's way to do a last month day of the month deal. Following up with all of your customers that maybe haven't placed an order this month and seeing how you can help them out. But as far as a post goes, doing maybe some before and after, talking about the new products that we have that were just launched. So excited about gummies, especially for my kids, because we purchase gummies outside because it's impossible to make a 6-year-old swallow pills. And I want her to have vitamins. So we have been giving those, like how many other parents can relate to that? And you can talk about the quality of the products that we have versus the stuff you get off the shelf, because we know there is a difference. Instagram, we're going to inspire. And then stories, I'm going to give you a good way to introduce the new gummies. So we talk about capsules on Mondays because I feel like they are a staple. They give people energy. They are amazing. But you know as well as I do that some people struggle with taking pills. This is a way for you to introduce the new gummies. So like I take these capsules, but if you're somebody that wants to get all of your vitamins in right away in the morning, I have a new way for you to be able to do that with gummies. And there's some people that can't even take our capsules because the potential of seafood allergies. So I'm going to give you a little backstory real quick. It's not that there is seafood inside of our capsules. It's that the coating on the outside has the potential to come in contact with seafood, like ocean animals, whatever you want to call them. So that's what it is. So you can talk about that. Like if you've been seeing my capsules and you're somebody that just struggles with taking pills, I have a new way for you to get all your vitamins in right away in the morning. And that's with these gummies or whatever. So that's a way that you can introduce the new gummies, the multivitamin one. Tuesday, Facebook. We're going to do like a lifestyle type post and talk about goals because it's the first of the month. So like, what are your goals for the month? How do you plan out your goals? Maybe it's just you having a picture of your workspace and talking about how you're not somebody that used to create goals and now you do, and how the impact that it's made in your life, that sort of thing. Instagram, we're going to do a carousel. So a carousel is 2 or more photos in Instagram, because what it will do is repopulate that photo later on. So it'll essentially show the same post multiple times on your feed, which is awesome for your engagement. And so this can be a teaching thing. This can be you taking a long text and breaking it down into digestible slides for people. This can be a step-by-step. This can be multiple things. So a carousel on Tuesday for Instagram. And then stories, we're going to do a business unfold because obviously it's payday. So talking about, that there's multiple ways that you can talk about the business in an unfold. You can talk about what it's done. You can talk about what it's doing, or you can talk about what it's going to do in your life. So past, present, future sort of a thing. So picking one of those topics, like if you're not quite to the point where you're earning a lot of income, or maybe you're earning some and you're looking to do more, like talk about what it's doing for you presently and what your hopes are and aspirations are for the future, especially with the new month starting on Tuesday. Wednesday, Facebook nighttime routine. So often we post either in the morning or in the afternoon about our products, but I think sometimes it's good to do nighttime too, because a nighttime routine. So this can be like, how do you take care of your skin at night? This can be talking about rest and balance and maybe the immune system patches that we have. This can also be talking about, like, currently I'm taking our rest product, but I just ordered our new sleep gummies. Or are you somebody that takes sleep, like a sleep aid gummy? Because there's a lot of people that buy those. I buy them for my kids again. So I'm super excited about being able to support my business instead of dumping money to another big corporation. So you can also like do that. You can talk about that, like supporting small instead of big, and how this is your nighttime routine. Instagram reel, and I'm going to give you context on how to make what type of reel to make too. Like obviously you can choose to go this way, or you can go a different way if you so like, but favorite. So this can be like your favorite apps to use for your specific niche, your favorite recipe, your favorite whatever. My favorite way to warm up, my favorite books, something that is highlighting your favorite things in your niche group, or that relate to like your business. Like, so I'm a business owner. Here are my favorite tools when it's tax season, like whatever that might be. Favorite is like the title. Stories, it's free credits day, obviously on Wednesday. So you can either show your cart, like take a snippet of your cart with your credits applied. Like you don't have to click submit, but just show how it brings your balance to 0 and all you pay is shipping. Or if you aren't thriving for free, because I know that sometimes happens, talk about how you can thrive for free. You plus, or your friend, you plus 2 friends equals free thrive for you. So whatever that looks like. Thursday for Facebook, Throwback Thursday, and I wrote and then I didn't expand. Throwback Thursday or Thankful Thursday. I think it's important for us to be in a state of gratitude, especially with all that's going on in the world right now, to remain thankful for the things that we have and what's going on in our life. So you can either do a Throwback Thursday with your own photo, with someone else's photo, or do a Thankful Thursday. Instagram, we're going to do just a photo, a singular photo, but tie in being a business owner. So this can be like what being a business owner has done for you, what financially, it can be what it's done for you as far as growth as a human, the people that you've met. Maybe it's just a photo of you with your friends that you've met through this business, like whatever, or it's you traveling and how it's given you the opportunity to travel. Insert whatever sort of benefit that you've seen from the business, whether it's monetary or non-monetary, and throw in a photo of yourself. Stories. We're going to do all 3 steps, and you know why I do it this way. So talking about all 3 steps, you can either highlight them in specific slides. So what I recommend is if you can, and you have the opportunity before Friday, take 3 photos of the products. Maybe like Monday, you take a photo of your capsules, Tuesday, and not post it. Tuesday, you take a photo of your mix, and then Wednesday, you take a photo of the patch that you're using, and then utilize that to highlight all 3 steps. Or there's so much content that is pre-made for us in multiple places. So utilize one of those resources, but some way, shape, or form, talk about all 3 steps together. Friday, we're going to do Flex Friday this week. And so let's talk about the proper way to do a Flex Friday. First of all, don't take everyone and their mom. The reason I say this is because all that's doing is if they're removing or hiding your tag, it's hurting you, and it does nothing for the other person as well. So we have to be conscious of that, because they're also being mindful of their algorithm and the people that they're interacting with. And it makes it look like you're just trying to generate engagement on that post unorganically as opposed to organically. So what's the way that you can bring other thrivers to throw their photo in? Share it in a group chat. Or sometimes I don't know if the Dream Team page still does this, but I know they used to put where drop your link here and we can comment on each other's. Stop with the tagging. Just stop, because it only hurts you and it only hurts the other people. And then the second key to a Flex Friday is to make it relatable to the person that's reading it. So don't just say don't just brag on yourself and say this is my favorite DFT. Whoever is reading, the purpose of Flex Friday is to show that you are not the only person that is thriving, and to show how it helps multiple people to the person that's reading it on the other side that doesn't currently thrive. So if you're using technical jargon that only we would know, it's not beneficial to you, and it's not beneficial to the person reading it, because it's not beneficial to you because the person reading it's I don't even know what DFT stands for. They'll probably think DTF, but so what is the proper way to explain this? So you could say, again, using one of those taglines in the beginning of your post that I've referenced before, where you say can you relate? Who else has felt this way? This used to be me. And then talking about what it's doing for you. And then in the bottom, say something like, see all my other friends that are thriving with me too. Don't just say, it's Flex Friday, I'm showing off my flex. What is that doing for you? Nothing. It's not doing anything for you, because the people, you might get the rare comment sometimes where people are like, what is that? But it's very rare. Your objective is to show multiple people of different walks of life utilizing the same product. So when you're trying to generate, so it doesn't look like it's a forced thing, make sure that you put some sort of tagline in there that's like, see my other friends thriving with me, or who else is feeling good on a Friday, blah, 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 blah. Like somehow it makes it look like you're bringing other people in organically, as opposed to like forcefully. Like I tagged all these people, so I'm forcing them to comment, or there's like no doorway into like why it is that all these other people are showing their picture as well, because otherwise they're like, that's just strange. It's like this weird group that I'm not a part of. You know what I mean? So opening the door to show why it is that you're doing this. Instagram, we're going to do a reel, and the reel is teach. So teaching steps, mindset, recipes, how to overcome XYZ, blah, blah, blah. So some sort of way that you're teaching people stuff. And then in stories, because we reference all 3 steps on Thursday, now we're going to talk about samples. So packing up samples, it can be you like showing that you're packing up a sample to go out with a poll. Who else wants one? It can be like, this is what I included in my samples. If you've ever been interested, like this story, because that's an option on Instagram now. So whatever it might be, like showing all 3 steps going into a sample, or what's included in a sample. Saturday, man, I am flying today. That's okay. Friday or Saturday, we're going to do lifestyle posts again and show the flexibility of the business. So this can be you doing whatever it is that you're doing on the weekend, and how this business is flexible. You don't have to like clock in somewhere. You don't have to like leave what it is that you're doing to go do this business. You can do it while you're doing laundry. You can do it while you're watching kids. You can do it while, like whatever it is that your life might look like. Show the flexibility of the business, because so many people like, I think, and this is my specific situation too, was my specific situation. Then the reason I joined the business is my family and I were struggling. We were both working full time, still couldn't make ends meet at that time. We have 3 children at home. And so we were discussing who's going to get the outside part-time job so that we can pay all of our bills. And it was because of my friend consistently showing how she was flexible and not having to go somewhere. And that's what interested me. So like, I'm like, I don't have to leave my kids for more hours than I already do with my full-time job, which was like 50 hours a week. I don't have to like leave them on the weekends too and never see my children. I can work something from my house. And I think that's something that's so much more relevant nowadays too, because so many people have seen, working from home and that sort of thing. So giving that option to people through a lifestyle post. Instagram, I'm going to put a reel, and we're going to make it funny because it's Saturday. Story. So that can be you utilizing a popular trending sound, and then just putting your own spin on it. That's hilarious or whatever. But usually Saturdays I try to keep like light and funny. Stories show that you're packing up the samples that you're doing, or you can highlight the new products, or any promotions that Lavelle might be doing. So I'm assuming they haven't done a weekend promo in a long time. I'm guessing one's coming soon. I'm not sure what it is, obviously, because they're always full of surprises, but I'm assuming they'll probably run a promo sometime soon. So, or your own personal promos, because you now have your credits. So, does anyone have questions? Stories this week. Yeah, see? How cool is that? Like, you can just do this wherever. I've done that before, where I've shown like a pile of laundry and my laptop next to me, or playing with my daughter, and then I have like a list of not people's names, but like my planner with me. Oh, you're so welcome. I love doing this, so it's something that I enjoy doing as well. So I'm glad that it's beneficial for you guys. So again, just to go over the next couple weekends. Next weekend again will be a Sunday, and then the following week will be a Saturday. So March 6th is when we'll do the next one. And then March 12th is when we'll do the one after that. So if there is nothing else, we can end this. I'm going to hit stop recording.